Everybody's a comedian.
Put your brakes on.
Thank you all for coming. I just want to start with a song because that's always a good way to start a program. I got some toy soldiers for Christmas, but I gave all the sergeants away, and likewise the corporals and majors, and played with my privates all day. My wife was really a very, very good cook, but it wasn't always that way. We got 3 bunches of cooking books at the time of our wedding, and she threw all of them away because they all started off with "take a clean pan." But she said she was a pretty good cook, and I said, "What do you grow best or fix best?" And she said, "Roast beef and Jell-O." And I said, "Well, which one is this?" Anyway, we had a great marriage. I was married 57 years. That's not bad. When I came up here, I couldn't help but be pleased with all of the squealing that I heard out here. It reminded me of a room full of topless accordion players. We're here in Michigan. Michigan has many, many varieties of birds, and one of them was a woodpecker who went out to California to visit his California friend. While he was out there, the California friend said he would take him to show him some sights, and he took him to the petrified forest. Whereupon, as the Michigan woodpecker was pecking away at the petrified wood, lightning struck him and split it. And he shook himself off, and he said, "It's amazing how hard your pecker gets when you're away from home." Most of you know Washington is filled with many, many aspiring young ladies. About 50% of the Washington secretaries can type, and the other 50% are hunting peckers.
It's no.
What does it say, John?
Oh, I was talking about the weather. Wasn't it gorgeous? This morning, when I got it up, it looked so nice out, I thought I'd leave it out all day. Oh, my. One of my friends had a little boy who was in school, and the teacher told me what happened. He said that this little boy was sitting up there and just squirming all over in his chair, and he couldn't get comfortable, and the teacher went up and said, what is wrong? And he said, "Well, I had a circumcision yesterday, teacher, and it's bothering me a lot." And he said, "Well, you go and see what the principal says, and we'll take it from there." And in a little while, the little boy came back up, sat down, his fly was zipped wide open, and there it was. And the teacher rushed up and said, "What did the principal say?" He said if I could stick it out until noon, I could go home. At the office, we got a new toilet brush for the toilet, but my patients all complained, and so we went back to paper. Of course, I remember one day when I was in the office, the secretary came in and said, "Doctor, your next patient is a black man with a white penis." And I said, that's awful. Send him in. And he came in, and after he left, I said to the nurse, no, you were wrong. He's a coal miner that goes home for lunch. There were three fellas in the bar. Forgive me for taking so long. Three fellas were in the bar, and they got to talking, and the one of them said, you know, I'm a Baptist, and I've got 4 boys. If I had one more boy, I could have my own basketball team. And the next one said, you know, I hadn't thought about that. I've got 8 boys. If I had one more boy, I could have my own baseball team. And the third boy thought for a moment, and he said, you know, fellas, I hadn't thought about it, but I'm a Mormon, and I've got 17 wives. If I had my own, one more wife, I could have my own golf course. I'm about at the end of the program, so you can relax yourselves for a minute. But I have to tell you that the other day I was passing an area, went in to a grocery store, and I had a boy out in front who was the class, I mean, he was the boy that every girl wanted to go with and always wanted to have a date with him. And not only that, but he had a motorcycle with a sidecar. And it was just absolutely a marvelous rig. And he was then getting some groceries, and his girlfriend was sitting in the motorcycle sidecar, and she was sitting there like this. He left the motor running on the thing, and apparently it took quite a while. And in a little while, a guy came by and said, would you like me to turn off that motorcycle, ma'am? And she said, no, just kiss me. That's about all I can tell you about. I look forward to another year.
You guys need to go to Richard Crissman. How about that night, huh? Absolutely.
I have a beer at the bar with him later. Couple shots. I thoroughly enjoyed that. You guys ready to keep this?